Hello YouTube, this is Furious Maximum. Mega Man Maker has been updated to 1.10, and with that update, this tutorial needs an update as well. And yes, just this block, the light push block, needs its own tutorial. Hopefully that will save you time with trial and error, as there are many items which interact with this block, and many that do not. Hopefully you find this useful. And be sure to look at timestamps in the description for the specific entry in the series you're looking for. Thank you very much. Thunderbeam, Rolling Cutter, Firestorm, Oil Slider, and Ice Slasher all have no effect. Guts Arm can pick up this block and throw it far without breaking it. Hyper Bomb. The explosion will push it up if detonated from below. Be careful not to get crushed to death. And it will push it slightly left or right depending on which side it explodes on. Time Slow slows down the block's movement along its movement path. When the time slow effect runs out, the block will resume its original speed along its original movement path. Magnet Beam does not push the block, but this block can land on it while present. Air Shooter, Leaf Shield, Metal Blade, Bubble Lead, and Quick Boomerang all have no effect. Crash Bomb. The explosion will push this block slightly away from its latch point. Time Stopper stops it, even in midair. If it's in midair and the time stopper runs out or is switched out while the block is in midair, the block will drop straight down very fast. Atomic Fire. pushes this block hard away from the character firing it. Items 1, 2, and 3. They do not push the block, but the block can land on them and be carried by each item along its respective path. Magnet Missile, Shadow Blade, Gemini Laser, Needle Cannon, Spark Shock, Search Snake, and Top Spin all have no effect. Hard Knuckle pushes the block hard away from the character firing it. But the Hard Knuckle does not repeatedly hit or push this block the way it does with most other targets. Rush Jet does not push the block, but the block can land on him and he will continue to fly while carrying it. But after the block lands on his back, he will not be able to change direction. Ring Boomerang, Dive Missile, Skull Shield, Pharaoh Shot, Dust Crusher, and Brain Flush all have no effect. Drill Bomb. The explosion will push the block slightly away from the shooter. If detonated on a wall while standing on it, while it is also against the wall, the block, along with the character, will be pushed away from the wall. If the explosion is under the block, it will push the block up. Be careful not to get crushed to death. Flash Stopper stops it, even in midair. If the Flash Stopper effect runs out or is switched out, and the block is in midair, it will fall straight down very fast. wire. It does not push the block. It grabs onto it from below like the wire does with most ceilings. However, if it is pushed specifically along Mega Man 10 propeller platforms while your wire is attached, the character will move along with the wire and block along the path the block is pushed. Water Wave, Star Shield, Charge Kick, Crystal Eye, Power Stone, and Gyro Attack all have no effect. Napalm Bomb. After rolling around badly on the floor like a football, it detonates, pushing the block slightly away from it. If the detonation is right under the block, it will push it slightly upwards. Gravity Hold. This does not move the block directly, but if there are Mega Man Game Boy gravity adjusters, and the blocks are in the path of the gravity adjusters, and the blocks are pushed up, Mega Man 7 punch blocks are one example, while in that path, this weapon will adjust the direction of the gravity adjusters, changing the launch height of this block. You'll see it in the video clip in about 2 minutes. Blizzard Attack, Wind Storm, Flame Blast, Silver Tomahawk, Night Crusher, Yamato Spear, and Plant Barrier all have no effect. Centaur Flash. By itself, it does not move the block, but if the block is moved by another object or one of your own weapons from another game, some examples being the Mega Man 1 Hyper Bomb or Mega Man 3 Hard Knuckle, then using Centaur Flash will stop it in place, even in midair. When the Centaur Flash effect runs out or is switched out, the block will continue moving along its original path. Power Adapter. A charged punch will push the block left or right away from you. Noise Crusher, no effect, normal or charged. Wild Coil, no effect, normal or charged. Slash Claw, no effect. Freeze Cracker. I would have stopped at freeze, you don't gotta call me names. No effect. Danger Grab. Pushes the block away from the shooter, but if struck from below, it will push the block up. Be careful not to get crushed to death. Pressing down while firing will drop the mine in place. If you do that on this block while standing on it, the block will be pushed up and you along with it. If it is fired against the wall while you are standing on this block when it is also against the wall, the block and you along with it will be pushed away from the wall. All of this will be shown in the immediately upcoming clip. Scorch Wheel. It's a newer weapon, but it's slow and it sucks. It also doesn't push this block, but to speak in its favor at least a little, it can ignite Mega Man 8 munition blocks, and when those blocks explode, that explosion can push this block. But that brings up the point that almost any fire weapon from the series can do this. Here's a list. Mega Man 1 Firestorm, Mega Man 2 Atomic Fire, Mega Man 6 Flame Blast, Mega Man 7 Scorch Wheel, Mega Man 8 Flame Sword, Mega Man 9 Magma Bazooka, Mega Man 10 Solar Blaze, Mega Man Base Wave Burner. Flame Sword, Thunderclaw, Ice Wave, Astro Crush all have no effect. Ice Wave and Astro Crush are newer weapons, and they're good, but they don't have any effect on this particular block, so I didn't make new footage for them. Mega Ball. The ball itself has no effect, but the kit will arc the block slightly, about one tile up and one tile left or right, if it is not pressed against the wall. Roll's Charged Broom is the only other way to do this, as shown in my full game stage 580066 Roll's Quest, which you should so totally download and play at your earliest convenience. Blast Bomb pushes the block away from the shooter. If the detonation is just under this block, it will push it up a little bit. Despite the appearance of a continued burst, which does continue to hit enemies, this block only gets pushed once per bomb fired. Tornado Hold causes this block to ascend for as long as the tornado hold remains on screen, but only if the initial fan part of the weapon shot originated from beneath the block. Striking the sides of this block with the initial fan part of the weapon has no effect. Black Hole Bomb, Jewel Shield, Concrete Shot, Hornet Chaser, Tornado Blow, and Laser Trident all have no effect. Magma Bazooka has no effect, normal or charged. Plug Ball does not move the block, but travels along it as if it were normal ground. Also, it does not get deflected away by blank weapon blocks. There will be a clip of this in about a minute. Solar Blaze, Triple Blade, Thunderwall, Rebound Striker, Water Shield, Screw Crusher, and Mirror Buster all have no effect. Wheel Cutter does not move this block, but for the purpose of ascending a wall, it treats this block as a normal wall. Ballad Cracker and Commando Bomb. They both push the block away from the side that receives the detonation. The Commando Bomb can be steered, so depending on the terrain, the block can be brought to you, pushed up or away a little. With either weapon, be careful not to crush yourself to death. Or, depending on the terrain, don't push it into a corner where it could get stuck. Bounce Ball, Block Dropper, Scramble Thunder, Acid Barrier, and Thunderstorm all have no effect. Acid Barrier and Thunderstorm are newer weapons and they're good, but they don't have any effect on this particular block, so I didn't make new footage for them. Pile Driver pushes this block along your dashing path. Copy Vision and Ice Wall both have no effect. Wave Burner. Outside of water, no effect. Underwater, it creates a pressure wave that continues to push this block through or on water. Tengu Blade. Normal projectile, no effect. Dash attack performed with the dash button will push this block along your dash path. Spread Drill. The initial big drill will push the block until it runs out of gas, the block itself falls, the drill gets switched out, or the drill gets split fire. 2x and 4x split fire have no effect. Remote Mine can be steered vertically along its flight path and explodes only after you press the button a second time. It pushes the block away from the side the mine latches onto. If it is latched under the block will be launched upward. Be careful not to get crushed to death. Magic Card. This weapon deserves its own tutorial. It does not interact with this block, but it interacts with a lot of things that do, such as the Mega Man 7 Punch Block, or the Mega Man 1 Fire Wave Redirector, which can in turn ignite a Mega Man 8 Munitions block, which can then explode and push this block. There will be a video clip of this in about a minute. This section is light work. Grab Buster, Saltwater, Electric Shock, Spark Chaser, and Tango all have no effect. Break Dash pushes the block along your dash path. Now we'll talk about the character's default weapons and their effects on this block.